Good afternoon. I'm Monisa Cline here at the GBTA Broadcast Studio in San Diego, California, here at GBTA Convention. It's great to be here. And with me today, I have Nikolaj Koster, who is the head of mobility for Deem. Nikolaj, welcome.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Second GBTA, right?
Right on point. 4 years ago,
Good.
first one, also in San Diego.
Always San Diego, beautiful San Diego. Doesn't get any better than this.
I know, it's beautiful here. Sun's always out.
So let's set the stage. We've been hearing more and more about multi-modal mobility these days. I have no idea what that means.
It's a mouthful. I know.
So what is it and why is it important to corporate travel?
Okay, so we'll chop it up into two things. First one is content, so multimodal mobility content. So if we look outside right now, there are e-scooters, there's ride-hail, there are various ways of getting around. And then the second piece of multimodal mobility is the context. So what's the right mode for the context? If the sun's out, then an e-bike, e-scooter might be great. If it's raining, then maybe I want to take an Uber to where I'm going.
Wow, okay. So obviously this has a big impact on sustainability,
It
right?
does,
You talked about the e-scooters out there. And we know corporations, I mean, this is important. They're working towards more sustainable travel programs. How does this help? How does what you guys are doing, how does this help?
So, yeah, it's a really good question. So let's make the distinction between what mobility is booked off platform, so outside of the booking tools. And that's really the big problem today. So 80% of mobility is booked outside of the online booking tools. So the first step that we want to do is how do we bring in all the bookings of the mobility inside of the platform, right?
Okay.
And then when we have that, then we have an opportunity to suggest the best modes or the most sustainable modes of transportation to you when you travel.
Okay. So what is Deem doing in this area as it relates to improving the experience for the travelers and the travel managers, so the audience here?
Yeah, so good question as well. So maybe a question to you. How many travel apps do you have, do you think, on your phone right now?
Oh gosh, I don't know, 5, 6, 7?
Yeah. So we all have a lot.
How many do you have?
I mean, God knows. I actually counted it at some point. It was 30. So, but I'm also I have a bit too many. I don't use them all. So the idea here is that we are actually taking the need to have multiple apps sitting on your phone and then just bringing them into one singular platform. So let me try to give you an example. When I need to leave this Wednesday, I'm in San Francisco. So flying out of San Diego Airport and going to San Francisco, there's a lot of planning I need to do. So I'll check Google Maps to see what the drive time is to the airport, right? I will check my United app to see what terminal I'm flying out of. And I also want to see what terminal I'm coming into in San Francisco and what the times are. And then what my head will start doing is I will say, okay, well, when do I need to leave the convention or the Marriott hotel to go to that San Diego airport? And do I need to go to a lounge or whatever and finish up some emails? And then how am I getting from San Francisco on the other end to my home?
Yeah.
Now, we realize that all that planning that I'm doing in my head, we can solve with technology. Because the beautiful thing about an online booking tool is that I already booked my flight in that. So my flight sits in my itinerary. And the app, the ETA app that we have also knows the hotel. So if we have those signals, flight and hotel, and personal preferences around travel, I really like to travel sustainable. Well, then the platform can automatically suggest to me what is the right way of doing it. And just to give you an example of that, so again, I'm flying out Wednesday. I got a notification on my ETA app 3 hours ago that said, we've scanned your itinerary. We can see you don't have transportation booked to San Diego Airport when you leave Wednesday. Would you like to book an electric Uber to take you to the airport? And we'll get you there 2 hours ahead of time. And then I just click, boom, and it's booked.
Wow.
So that's what we're doing.
Super cool. Wow, that is excellent. Well, obviously you're here at the perfect convention, perfect place, perfect opportunity to tell your story about what Deem is doing. To wrap things up, is there a closing message that you would like to say to this audience?
Well, I just want to say, I think we're trying to create an experience that really solves 2 pain points. One pain point is for the traveler, and that's the example I just gave. In this context here, that was San Diego. Uber is a great way to get around. But if you think about travel in the world, traveling in London or Berlin or Copenhagen is different. Maybe a fast rail is the best way to get to the airport or to the hotel there. So that's one thing for the traveler. But secondly, for the travel manager, what we found out when we started building this platform is that cost is the number one priority for them. Second is duty of care. And third is sustainability, as we talked about. And if we bring in this booking experience, this automated mobility booking experience into the platform, we solve for a great traveler experience, but we also get the travel manager one place to go for visibility, right? So there's not multiple other websites and reports that you have to do because everything sits inside of the same platform.
One-stop shopping.
Yes.
Excellent. Keep it simple, right?
We're trying.
Nikolaj, a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you so much for joining us and sharing what Deem is doing, and it sounds like you've got some really exciting things happening.
We think so.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We'll see you next year.
I'm Monisa Cline here at the GBTA Broadcast Studio.